like I think we've all kind of talked about stuff we miss about like university, like our friends, the community, and things like that. But is there anything else that you really miss about, like anything specific that you miss about your universities,
I think
like after
Victoria,
quarantine?
I think Victoria touched on independence. I
Mhm.
really, really miss my independence. Being able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. Um, when I was at university, my roommate and I started going to the gym at night, and I can't really do that here. Or I was able to go across the plaza at like 3 a.m. and grab a slice of pizza. I can't do that now.
Oh, that
But
sounds fun.
also I loved having my own schedule. Being able to do things without relying on other people. So I could have lunch if I wanted at like 4:30 and skip dinner, but I can't do that at home because we have it's not just all about me. I have three other people in this house.
Yeah, that's so true. I liked go being able to go on walks in university because we live right beside a bunch of forest, and so it's really nice to just like get away from all the crowdedness and people and just walk around and listen to some birds, and it's really picturesque too, which is nice.
Oh my gosh. If you talk about that, I really miss that aspect as well because I used to just walk around campus when I feel bored and just like take random pictures of the scenery around. Like there's a park right next to the campus at Waterloo, and there's also like a petting zoo there, and like there's like they have llamas there, and they're so cute. And like I would just like walk around and just look at them. They kind of stink, but like they're cute. And I could also like go for a run. I actually before we started quarantine, I had just picked up like running again for the spring season, and I was like going on 5K runs with my friends. But
Wow.
now I have to find new ways to exercise.
Yeah. Wow. Like, yeah, the nature definitely. And yeah, llamas, that's really lucky. I don't think I've seen llamas around in Western. Have, so, like, after quarantine, we're all at home now. Do you think that's affected your productivity at all?
So for me, I would say that I have a routine, but my routine is just so drastically different than what it was like when I was in university. The main difference is that obviously I don't have classes and I can't go outside. So what I've really found occupied my time was literally just studying. So I'd wake up and then this sounds kind of bad, but I would literally just wake up, eat breakfast, and then just study for the entire day until about like I think in the evening around like 7:30, I'd start like watching TV. And recently, what I've been doing, oh, technically recently, like as in ever since quarantine started, I started watching Jeopardy. Like it's like been
Ooh.
become like a ritual for me. I just like after like once it becomes 7:30, I drop my studies and just go downstairs and start watching Jeopardy.
Do
Jeopardy
you
goes by
watch
so
it with
quickly.
family or just you?
Hmm?
Do you watch it with family?
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
my mom doesn't really understand it. Like she doesn't really understand the rules too much. So, and also like you know how Jeopardy asks sometimes the most absurd questions? It's just like watching it makes you feel like you don't really know anything. But it's still interesting and it's really really exciting when you do know the answer.
Yeah, I haven't been watching a lot of TV actually since being home. I do agree that the studying does help pass your day a lot quicker because it just gives you something concrete to do. But I feel like now that exams are dying down and we don't have classes anymore, like we have to start finding new ways to occupy our time. Like something I've been doing is just organizing all of my stuff because I keep a lot of random projects from when I was little. So I know this morning I went through a bunch of like projects from grade 5 and 6 and just looked at them because there's some like cool history and geography stuff in there, and I find that pretty fun.
Yeah, I think like what Serena mentioned, I think the hardest thing is like not having that routine. So I think like when online classes first started, I would like listen to the video lectures. We didn't have live classes, so I listened to the video lectures almost as if it was real time. So I had 8:30, so I actually did wake up at like 7:30 to get ready for these 8:30 classes. And something that I found really helpful that my sister actually suggested was having a distinction between like workspace and home space. And that really worked. So in the morning, I would actually wear going out clothes. And then after all my work is done, I would actually change, almost like I came back to my room from university. And I think that just gave me like a sense of things being normal and like that kind of structure to my day. And I think like like Serena mentioned, it is really hard not having that structure. And like all the things you mentioned, the organization, having that routine really does help that. And something I personally like doing was having checklists. I like having a to-do list just to give my days some kind of structure. And yeah. So from what it seems like something that we all definitely do miss a lot is like having that community and our friends acting as a support system. And so, like, how have you guys managed, like, in quarantine, but we're all at home now, away from friends? How have you managed to stay in touch with them and still have that social community?
So it's definitely been pretty tough, but I would say if you because one thing with university is you still have to keep up with your classes. So I've really found like working on like your studies to be a very good excuse. Like we mentioned this earlier, but just even to just call someone and just have them on a call while you know, while you're just both studying, that's like a really good way to still keep in touch. You know, other ways like just I mean, there's really not much you can do other than to just like call once in a while. But another thing that I think we need to recognize is this might also be a really good time to just spend time with your family and to keep in touch with them,
Mhm.
especially because when you're in university, you're off and you're away, and being able to just come home for this time can actually be a really good opportunity for you to reconnect.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like I've been able to spend so much time with my parents and my brother just being home. Like you really get a sense of what your dynamic was like even before like heading off to university, and I'm like it's kind of interesting because I'm stuck at home for the next it's going to be like 6 months by the time we go back to school. And it's
6
just
months? Wow.
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting to see like how we work together and how like coming home from being away for 6 months is just like we all still click, which is interesting. But yeah, being able to like call friends and either video chat or just chat on the phone is really great, especially when you can't see them.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like, I think when I first came from university, like the first few days, I was not handling it the best. I was just like miss my family, I miss my parents. Sorry, miss my friends a lot, and it was kind of like the opposite of what happened when I first went to university, where I was missing my parents and family, and so that was really interesting. I did not think that would be happening, but like you said, like I guess like having a balance between like speaking with friends, like having weekly conversations, video calls, and like also spending time with family. I guess it's just like making the best of a situation. And you're right, like it is a great time to be able to spend some time with your family. Like we do have like we watch a movie almost every day now. We have a lot of movie nights, and so that's been pretty fun. But I think like the main thing for staying in touch has been like video calls and just and like just checking in with one another, because just knowing that someone else is there to just listen to you and that they're going through the same thing, I think has really helped for me.